Hello my friends, how are you? Great to see you again. Salesforce DX, that's our topic today. You must have heard about this because this is the big thing from Salesforce right now. Salesforce DX or Salesforce Developer Experience is the new way to manage and develop your apps. It brings together the best of the Salesforce Lightning platform to enable source-driven development. With Salesforce DX, the truth can only be in the repository. There are 3 reasons why Salesforce DX is revolutionary. The first one is Salesforce DX allows users to have true version control. This is the best practice of software development. Those of you who have worked with version control know that it's the best practice. It's amazing for collaboration, for traceability and auditing. Therefore, it's really great that version control is front and center of SFDX. The second reason that SFDX is amazing, is revolutionary, is the introduction of a new org type, which is scratch orgs. And this scratch org is useful for rapid testing because it's very easy to create and very easy to destroy. This helps speed up the standard development process. You can quickly spin up a scratch org literally in 1 minute. Once you've validated your changes and code, you can use your continuous integration tools such as Jenkins to promote your code and run more tests and validate your code. As soon as your tests are passed, you can manage your branch, build packages, and deploy to a staging sandbox for final testing. Third great thing about SFDX is it's very CLI-centric, basically command line interface. With SFDX, there are a lot of CLI-specific commands that did not exist before. We'll look at a few, we'll look at the most common ones. I said there were 3 great things about SFDX, but actually there's a 4th one as well that I need to mention, which is a new type of packages that SFDX is introducing. There are 2 types of new packages we notice. One is unlocked packages and the other one is managed package of beta type. The unlocked packages were just launched in spring 2018. They make deployments repeatable, scriptable and trackable. Unlocked packages have full support for versioning. To understand it better in more detail, I recommend a trailhead, which I will paste a link to in the description of this video. Okay, what is a beta managed package? Basically, it's a package to allow the developer to test their application in different organizations for evaluation and feedback. Not a regular managed package, but it's a beta type. Just you want to test how developers accept it. You just want a small group of your clients perhaps to look at your code, give you feedback. Once they've looked at it, you can incorporate it and release your full managed package. So these are the 2 types of new packaging released with SFDX, which is first is unlocked package and second one is beta managed package. Just to reiterate, the 3 key great things about SFDX. First was it's version control centric. Second, it's also very command line interface centric. And thirdly, it's very easy to create scratch orgs. It's a new org type. It's only available in SFDX and it makes testing very easy. Now let's look at how to create scratch orgs, how to pull code from GitHub and how to deploy to the scratch org. It'll be great. The next 5 minutes. Alright, so we'll do 4 things right now. Please open up your Salesforce as well. Follow along so that you actually do this with me and get some practice with doing 4 things. First one is getting code from GitHub, creating a scratch org, pushing the code that we got from GitHub to the scratch org, and then running some tests. So we'll do these 4 exciting things. As you can see, I'm in a terminal. I'm using a Mac. Alright, SFDX. If I type in SFDX, we see that it's installed.
And if I do SFDX force, we'll see some work of art. Bang! So I have version 44.0, and here we have some links for the release notes, a setup guide, SFDX developer guide, CLI command reference, Visual Studio Code, extensions. If you have an older version, you can put an SFDX update. It will update your CLI, but I already have the latest version, so there is no updating. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting access to the org that I will use as my dev hub. So it'll be my main org. Force auth web login -d -a dev hub. So, okay, I just need to log in now. It'll open up Salesforce login. Okay, this is my username, this is my password. Okay, I'm logging in, and you can see that after I log in, it says you may now close the browser. SFDX knows that I logged in to my org, and in my org, if I put in dev hub, it's enabled. If it's not enabled for you, make sure to enable it. Just push this over, and if you push this one over, you're enabling unlocked packages and second generation managed packages. Alright, we'll create a directory called SFDX project, and then I will move to that directory. And now I will clone. Actually, let me just open it up. HTTPS github.com dreamhouse app dreamhouse sfdx.git. Okay, so this is the repository we will be pulling. Okay, let me put it in here. Okay, typo here. I need to put in git clone. Okay, I'm cloning this repository. Now I am opening the Dreamhouse SFDX folder. cd Dreamhouse SFDX. Okay. cd Dreamhouse SFDX. Okay, I'm in the Dreamhouse SFDX folder. Now, next step is I will create my own branch in here. So let's call my branch. So what, today is December 2nd, right? So let's call it December 2nd git checkout -b December 2. You can see, right? I moved to a new branch. So see, all these commands begin with SFDX. A lot of these. And this is what SFDX has introduced. If you are lost and don't know which commands to use, if you put in SFDX force help, you will get suggestions. Alright, so what I'll do right now is create a scratch org. Config project scratch dev.json. Alright, I'm creating a scratch org using the definitions in this file, in this JSON file. So see, this is the file that we used to create the scratch org. The scratch org will be called Dreamhouse. It'll be Developer Edition. There's no sample data. Here we define the file that we'll use to create a scratch org. With this command, we'll see some of the options available for creating a scratch org. Here it shows that the scratch org will be called Dreamhouse. It'll be Developer Edition, etc. And now we'll use this code to actually create the scratch org. Again, SFDX force org create config project scratch -a Dreamhouse. And we're giving it the scratch org that we're creating we're giving it an alias called Dreamhouse. We can call it anything we want, but let's call it Dreamhouse. Alright, now SFDX is creating the scratch org. Alright, so it says successfully created scratch org. Here's the org ID. This is our username, and as you might notice, what is our password? We don't even know the password. The CLI has memorized it, so we don't even need to know the password to open the scratch org. You might ask then, how do we open the scratch org if we don't know its password? Okay, it's pretty easy with command line interface. We just say SFDX force org open. Bang. And look what will happen. Some magic. Okay, here we are in the scratch org. Okay, so we accessed this org as users this. Here's a URL for the org. Okay, let's go to classic. Okay, we're in the scratch org. So this is a Developer Edition scratch org. It can only be Developer Edition. The Dreamhouse, the scratch org name is Dreamhouse, as shown in this file. And it took the address from my dev hub. We can compare it right now. I can show you. So this is my home org. You can see it took the address from here. Okay, I got 2 licenses. Okay, that's it with the key information. Okay, so, alright, we're in this. So just to reiterate, we have just created a scratch org. We opened it from the command line interface. Now if you look at it, our scratch org is empty, right? There are no classes. So what do we have to do is push the code that we got from GitHub into the scratch org. How do we do it? Alright, SFDX force source push. Okay, we are pushing the code into the scratch org. Okay, still in process. Percent of Apex used 0%. Okay, see, all this got pushed into the org. See, wow, a lot of stuff went there. Yeah, you see, custom application called Dreamhouse, our definition bundle, CSS, then comes a lot of Apex classes. Okay, remember there was 0% here, and now it'll be 0.65%. Okay, So we push the code. Now that we've pushed the code, let's clear this up. Let's assign a permission set to the Dreamhouse app. So let's look at it. We have a Dreamhouse app. Okay, I think I have to go to Lightning to open the Dreamhouse app. Okay, I don't have this Dreamhouse app. You know why? Because I don't have the permission set for it. How do I get the permission set? Our friend command line interface will help with that. SFDX force user perm set assign and Dreamhouse. Okay. All right. Dreamhouse. We should be able to see the Dreamhouse app now. Here we go. You see it now, right? Now that we have the permission set for it. Now let's import some test data. As you can see, we are in the Dreamhouse app. We have in the property finder object, there are 0 properties. Right here, see 0 properties, 0 brokers. So we need some test data. How will we get it? I'll show you right now. SFDX force data tree import SFDX. I forgot it. Okay, right now we're importing data. So we got a bunch of brokers and a bunch of properties imported. Let's refresh. See, we have now 12 properties and 8 brokers. So congratulations. Alright, now we see 8 broker records. We've just completed the great exercise. We've pulled code from GitHub, created a scratch org, deployed the code from GitHub into the scratch org, and imported some data into 2 objects. This is a great start for SFDX. I'd like to share with you some essential links that you can look at to explore more about SFDX. The first one is the Salesforce DX Developer Guide. Please explore this. Very extensive. It'll answer your very specific questions, and you can learn more about the CLI commands. Next is the Salesforce DX Setup Guide. It's a self-explanatory, just talks about how to set up SFDX. And next 2 things are Trailhead related. In Trailhead there are 2 great exercises you can do. First one is called Get Started with Salesforce DX. Highly recommend this one. It's kind of long, 10 hours, but it covers the essentials. You can skip some of the initial parts. It's a lot of theory, and here on you start with practice. Setting up a Salesforce DX environment, setting up the project, creating and testing our scratch org. Finally, and perhaps most important, you might be wondering, where can I get a dev hub org? you can sign up for a 30-day DevHub trial org. Just put in 30-day DevHub trial org. Here's the link. Just Google for it and you'll see the link. Here you get 30 days to play around. Alright, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed this. This was Salesforce DX. It might have been very difficult because this is quite new, very different type of development that Salesforce is introducing. And thank you so much for being with me. Subscribe. Looking forward to our next video.